Hello everybody, welcome back to Blues Focus TV for yet another full-time match reaction video. 0-0 this afternoon, a very boring game of football. Very few chances for either side, particularly Blues. I thought Stoke created one or two opportunities for themselves that looked threatening, but in terms of us, we had one or two in the dying moments of the game, which we'll get on to later. But other than that, a very quiet afternoon for Blues. Personally, I'm content with a point. I said it prior to the game, I'm happy with a point. I think at this stage of the season, I'd be very happy if we saw out the rest of the games and picked up a point in each of them. As long as we're surviving, I'm more than happy. We've reached the magic 50 points, which is fantastic. We're now 9 points off the drop, so we should be safe. I never like saying it too early until it's mathematically confirmed we're safe. But hopefully, with results going our way today as well, the likes of teams around us losing. Blackpool lost 3-1 to Luton. QPR did come back to draw with Baggies 2-2, but no teams won below us that can leapfrog us or overtake us. So hopefully we should be safe, but we'll have to see what the next few games bring. But started off the game again, as I said, in fairly quiet fashion. Tyrese Campbell had a good opportunity to score on the edge of the box for Stoke, but a nicely saved effort from John Ruddy heading into the top right corner, but he managed to tip it wide. In terms of Blues chances for the first half, I think there was one towards the end to Heath Chong and George Hall. They had a bit of a mix-up, to be honest. They came across each other as George Hall was running to the right. Chong picked up the ball, had a shot, but was nicely blocked by the Stoke defender. In terms of second half opportunities, very little to report on either side. Had too many clear-cut chances. Christian Bielik had a good opportunity with minutes left of the game. A good opportunity from a corner. Ball fell to his feet, took the shot. After a punch from the Stoke City goalkeeper. No Sarkic to mention today. He is injured, but a poor punch from the keeper. Christian Bielik went for the shot, and it was nicely blocked again by the Stoke defender. Real good opportunity to score that, but sadly we couldn't quite do it. And then Joe Bellingham with an opportunity again, minutes from time. A volley from just inside the box was once again blocked by the Stoke back line. It would have been amazing to see Joe score. Don't know what it is with the Bellinghams and Stoke, but it would have been absolutely incredible to see that happen again. Other than that, there really isn't much to report. I promise you, if you watched the game, you would have seen how boring and just mundane it was. Very little did happen. Not the worst performance in the world for me. To be honest, I'm just happy it wasn't a loss. I really want us to keep this unbeaten streak going. I think it's really important to see out the season on a high note and end on good terms. Seeing a few people still questioning Eustace, and I don't know, it's a tricky one. I mean, for me, I want him to stay until things aren't looking too good. I said when we had 11 losses or 9 losses from 11 games that maybe now's the time to go. But since he's picked things up, and at the moment, I don't think there's any reason to question him because we are picking up points game by game. So not the best performance there. I thought defensively we limited Stoke's opportunities prior to their loss last week against Bristol City. Their 2-1 loss against Bristol City. They were the most informed or second most informed team in the Championship, second to Burnley, of course, who have now been promoted. So Stoke aren't a team to be slept on, and they have some strong players in that team. So today wasn't going to be easy. It wasn't going to be a walk in the park. Despite their poor result last weekend, they had picked up some very good results recently. So we'll take a point. Defensively, we limited their chances. They didn't have they couldn't create too much because I think our back four at the moment has been fantastic. I think Ruddy's obviously been brilliant between the six. I think Colin has been fantastic on the right. I think Trusty's been brilliant on the left, and I think the two centre halves in Long and Roberts have both been superb these last few games. They're limiting opportunities, as I said, and they're not leaking goals. They're doing their jobs. I think Kevin Long's been brilliant. I think he deserves another contract at the end of the season. He started off a bit shaky, but has since picked things up heavily. So backline decent today. Midfield wise, I thought we're good. Obviously, Alfie Chang didn't start today. Junior Bakuna came in instead of him. I'm glad Eustace didn't change the team around too much. I think that was right. I did call for Chang to maybe be changed just because he's a young lad and doesn't have a ton of experience. So I think, given we played on Friday, I think it was good to change Chang out. But other than that, I think Eustace was right to keep things the same. But Bielik and Bakuna, I thought Bakuna had a bit of a weaker game today. Bakuna can be quite a hit and miss player, and I think recently he has been quite right hit. I think he's been good recently, but a bit of a weaker game for him today. Thought Bielik was solid in the middle of the park. The two wide men in Kedra and Chong, again, I thought were a little bit weaker today. And then the front two in George Hall and Lucas Djukovic. I thought Djuki battled for most things well, as he always does, and had an opportunity or two for himself. And I thought George Hall looked, again, decent. Again, a bit of a quieter game for him. I don't think he necessarily had the service today, but when he does pick up the ball, he looks dangerous and he looks quick, and a decent performance for him. So 0-0 against Stoke, we'll take it. As I said, 9 points clear, so we should be all right. Don't like to say it until it's mathematically confirmed, but fingers crossed, with teams around us doing so poor, such as QPR and Reading. Reading conceded in the 90th minute today to lose 2-1. We should be okay. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Keep right on.